Welcome to this video. Today I will talk in English. Usually I talk in Swedish because I'm from Sweden, living in Greece. I have been involved in Connect for 3+ years, and now finally things are getting ready to go out on the market. Real products with real world utility, and especially Grow and Arlink are very two exciting projects that will go viral, in my opinion, 2025. So before I start this video, I will put some videos, some clips from Darin, who's the CEO of Arlink. I will also put Tony Swantek, who's a billionaire who put some millions in nodes in Arlink, in Grow, and other projects as well. And I interviewed him in Amsterdam last May, and now things are getting really interesting, and they're already in talks with 250 major universities, and I think that's the only beginning. I think this is a 100x opportunity, and this Grow and Arlink that I'm going to talk about today are already on the market. You can buy it through Uniswap and some other places, but Uniswap, very low liquidity at the moment, but I think this is a big opportunity to buy a node or to invest in the token itself. I will play some clips here, so buckle up.
And I see people promoting this coin. Oh, it went up to $100 and some. I'm like, there's no liquidity. It doesn't matter if it's $500. You can't sell it. So right now, there's very little liquidity. That's exactly how Gala was. That's exactly how every project was. Bitcoin in the beginning, right? And so my thing is, again, I'd much rather be here right now. I'd much rather go back to Bitcoin when there was no liquidity. People laughed about it. Some dude paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas, right? Multiply 10,000 times $100,000. That's how much those 2 pizzas. Then later on, when there's massive liquidity, and the project has exploded and we're down the road, like, man, I would have much rather gotten involved back then. But when all of a sudden, when you start seeing that if the token price goes up, if we generate millions of, we've already generated millions of revenue, but all of a sudden we have millions of customers, and they go, you mean to tell me I'm generating this many tokens a day, and I'm looking at what it is in the market, we're going to sell out of our nodes. We're going to sell out over 100,000 nodes. And I want to tell you this, the price that you see right now, it won't be like that very long. I have a feeling it's probably going to, I'm looking at the sales today and yesterday. So if you're thinking about an Arlink node, now is the time to purchase the Arlink node and get the 100,000 tokens. If you have people that are thinking about getting a node, you better go to them extremely fast, right? Because we're moving fast. Like this project, again, it's not like we're trying to, we're having massive growth, massive momentum. Every day I talk to Tony, I get more excited. I'm updating him on things. He's updating me. Then we have the community members coming back and telling us the relationships. And I just got off the phone with Dr. Fab. And he's like, dude, I've got a group of people that you can't imagine coming in February to Fort Lauderdale. And he's like, we want you there. We want Tony there. We want Jim there. So 2025 is going to be an incredible year. That's why I'm taking so many vitamins right now. I'm getting IVs. I'm making sure I get my rest because I'm like, 2025 is going to be off the charts. I believe it's going to be the one year that we look back and go, man, that was the year. That, because sometimes you work your whole life for that one year that everything changes. I believe that Arlink in 2025, it's going to be that year. So Jim, thank you so much for all you do. I know it's not easy to.
Everything is about knowing information and also acting on the information, and get the information in the right time. If you had the information about Bitcoin yesterday and it goes up to 100,000, then it's not too late, but it's you're don't gonna have these 100 to 100 X's. And this is, my opinion, a hidden gem still, because the world doesn't know about Arlink yet or Grow, and I think 2025 will change that. And the thing is, this not don't need to wait 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I've already been waiting until this moment, and that's why I haven't talked so much openly about these kind of projects, because I want them to deliver first. But now I've seen Arlink, I've seen Grow, what they're doing, and they already have a product. I have tried a product. I have had meetings on Arlink, and I believe in these people behind the project, about this project. And when I invest in stuff, I first get the information, of course, but also I look at the team behind it. What kind of people are they? I met Darin. I also made an interview with him in Amsterdam. Really great guy, like genuine, authentic, lots of energy that you could feel in this video, and yeah, just got a very good feeling about him, and he's very passionate about this project. And if you invest in people that you want to work for you, I think Darin is a great example of that. And also this thing, we can grow together, we can work together to grow this community, to grow Arlink. That's the beauty of this, because no one is owning Arlink. It's we, the community. So if you buy a node, you get a part of the community. You can also buy the Arlink rally token on the blockchain through Uniswap. But yeah, let's continue. There's lots of information still. Let's continue.
Over $3,000, which I pay with Zoom, I could pay about Arlink. They've got about 250 colleges and universities that they want to get onto this platform and start using it, which I think is a good idea, obviously. And so the thing that got me excited about this platform, and really, I think it's heard Patty talk, my background's more of an entrepreneur. I never really be worth anything. But if they do what Gala did and they are worth 87 cents, well, I've got $870 million on my hand.
This is the same technology and the same principles that Gala did. Gala is the top 50 or top 80 tokens. So it's been like this 4 years since the last bull cycle, is still top 80 coin. And it's the same technology. And those nodes in the beginning, they sold them for €1,000, $1,000 each, if I'm not mistaken. And now one is worth over 120,000 plus, because it still gets you money every day. It still creates tokens to you. Not the same amount like in the beginning, but you still can pay your bills, can pay your living expenses. And if this is a success, Arlink will still produce new tokens to me in 5 years, 6, 10 years time. That's the beauty of this. Because usually if you invest $1,000, then maybe you're selling it when it hits 2,000 value, and then you don't have any tokens left. But this, if you have a node, it creates every day new tokens. And of course, in the beginning, more tokens. The same as Bitcoin. In the beginning, you can have a normal computer and it creates a lot of Bitcoin to you. Now, it's very tough to create Bitcoin. And also the same with Arlink. In 5, 10 years, it's going to be harder and harder. So it's good to be in the beginning.
Which is better than having $0. And we're early. And it's like, if I can get 250 major colleges and universities using Arlink, that's really good for marketing. My thought is this: if those colleges have a choice to have somebody like Zoom basically steal their data and you send it to their AI, and all their students that are using the platform take their data and send it to AI, or everyone at that university can own their own data, why wouldn't they choose to own their own data? It's cheaper than Zoom. We'll launch our free version, but if you look at the pricing on our plans with Zoom, we start at $10 a month, call it, for 100 participant meetings, $30 a month for 3 rooms, 300 participants per meeting. The highest level we go, $50 a month, 3,000 people per meeting, up to 5 rooms, meaning you could have 5 people doing meetings at the same exact time. My enterprise account with Zoom for our accounting firm, we had 3 rooms, up to 1,000 per meeting, $327 per month. This is way better. And to pay annually, we're getting ready to launch that new pricing. It'll be $500 annually. So instead of over $3,000, which I pay with Zoom, I could pay $500 for the full year with Arlink. And I've got more bells and whistles. At the end of the day, for me, if I want to sign somebody up, I can send people a link to sign up. And I like that idea. I don't want my pictures on there out there.
This is Arlink, the platform Arlink. So you can see the product yourself, and you can put up more stuff, better stuff, more easy to interact with in your meeting, and also get more sales if you're selling to someone, to put up links and play videos and everything.
Have to skip another ad and then it plays. And again, that's normal. That's how you got to do it. No, it isn't. I literally just started the video right here. Start it again.
Do you ever wish you'd played
You can pause it, turn it down, turn it up, fast forward it. Like, that's way better. It's less cost, way easier to navigate, way easier to use, and you own your data and you get rewarded for using it. So our roadmap is really to generate millions of dollars a month in revenue. And I do believe we're going to do that. Some of these universities could do that right away. I have a few large companies that there's 3 of them that have over 1 million distributors. The biggest one has over 3 million active distributors, and they're all interested in using Arlink. And it's just, we're in beta now. We're kind of tweaking the tech, making sure the glitches are all fixed. And as our service level is prepared, we'll start to bring some of those people on board. And the revenue that's generated, we don't really need it to operate. It'll end up being about 10% of the revenue to operate. The other 90% we'll probably just put in to a flywheel, meaning we'll just buy tokens, we'll create liquidity pools, we'll just create market for the token because the revenue, we don't need it.
They don't need a revenue. They only need about 10%. Rest of that money will go to buy up the tokens on the market. What do you think will happen with the price on the rally token? What do you think will happen? It will go up. And it will be easy to sell if you want to sell to USDT or to Bitcoin, whatever you want. So you can cash out. That's when I heard that, and if you really understand it, it's hard not to speak about Arlink, especially I want to have my back free. Like if this do what I believe it will do, make millions of dollars to me and those early investors, and I haven't talked to my friends or family about this, I will not feel good about myself. Actually, I don't care if they buy or not. I just care about they need to get the information. Just need to get the information. So if you got this link from someone, I think she or he really cares about you. Just get the information out and let your friends and family just make up their own decision. Because sometimes you don't think they're gonna jump on or they're not interested at all, but just give them the information. Like I think this will succeed without or with them. So yeah, that's my opinion.
It will just literally pump the revenue right back into the market and create cyclical buy side pressure. Because why wouldn't we? At the end of the day, we want this token to be extremely valuable. And I don't have a crystal ball. I can't guarantee you, but I can tell you this: we're going to generate revenue. We're going to generate a lot of it. God has blessed me with a few gifts. Certainly not good looks and not good hair, but other than that, I've been graced with some abilities to generate revenue and to build businesses in a really, really short time span. And we're going to do that with Arlink. And the difference when you're on blockchain versus traditional markets, and I'll wrap up with this. When I take a company public in the traditional sense, I'm trying to get 5 to 10x on my EBITDA. Meaning, if I can take a $10 million company and turn it into a $50 million company, I'm rocking and rolling. I'm pretty excited about that. In blockchain, and I know this sounds nuts, but it just is what it is. It happens. I'm shooting for 500 to 1,000x. And if I hadn't done it in other projects, if I hadn't seen my buddies do it, I wouldn't believe it either. But the fact is, it happens. There were days in 2021 when Gala's market cap was higher than Tesla's. Now, that was not logical. That should have never happened, but that's irrelevant. Why it's happened is not relevant. That it happened is what's relevant. If you're holding those tokens and you want to sell them, and they're worth 87 cents each, and there's $4 billion being traded that day, the market cap's high and you can sell it, you don't care why you can sell it. You care that you can sell it. And that's what we're looking to create with this project. So, Patty Herb, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
He's talking about the first project with using this technology and with the same principles, Gala, and the last bull one was up on $0.87, 87 cents, and that created many millionaires and billionaires as well. And many people who invested in Gala 2019 thinks this project will outshine Gala. You can't guarantee anything in life, but it's what they believe, and I started to believe that as well when I'm seeing all these announcements. And this is like before it really takes off, in my opinion. Here is Tony again. I met him in Amsterdam. He bought over $50 million worth of nodes in Connect's different projects. I just listened a little bit to him here again. Great guy, by the way. Same as Darin. I invest in people. Darin, Tony, Will, and other guys in Connect. Great people. But now I talked to Tony, and he's a great entrepreneur and a great guy. And Darin, great people that you want to invest in.
Invested another, I purchased 50 million additional worth of nodes, and I made a decision.
$50 million.
50 million US dollars. So a total of $53 million last year
nodes,
that I purchased nodes with. But I also, I think more importantly for me at that time, I became heavily involved in the community build, like spreading the word about the projects, because I believed in the ability of blockchain technology and efficiencies that blockchain brings to make a huge positive impact on the planet.
Yeah, because it's adding value to the current systems that are broken,
For
in
sure.
my opinion. And
I agree.
So it's fascinating and inspiring to be here to listen to you guys and see your perspective on things. And so I'm not in the wrong area, so to say, because you get opportunities and you get regret. And
Sure.
that's why I'm here and also doing these videos and putting my time and effort into coming here to Amsterdam and get to know people behind this project
Sure.
and different projects. And so I'm really excited. And so are you helping all projects or are you just focusing in your area?
Yeah, I mean,
Which one?
I help all the projects. I'm a
Yep.
community member,
Yep.
just like kind of anybody else. I guess there's no owner, there's no equity share. I did bring a couple projects as far as with my knowledge and some of the network that I had. We brought Revolution, the Revo rideshare project, and we brought the Rally, which we call R-Link, the video conferencing. So we want to compete with Uber on one side, Uber, Lyft, any rideshare provider, and then on the video conferencing, we're competing with companies like Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, GoToMeeting. There's a bunch of them out there. I'm certainly involved and bullish on all the projects. I know, Galvin is a health and wellness project. I know a lot of doctors. I know a lot of people that are athletic, that it's important. Their body's kind of their paycheck. I know you're kind of that way. You've got to perform at the highest level, make sure you're staying in good shape. And if Galvin can help people do that, I think that's a win. Grow from a nutrition standpoint, knowing what we're putting in our body, I think is very important element. Knowing that I didn't have some 11-year-old interest, which is going to be in the company's best interest. So I think eventually it's going to be very difficult for centralized companies to compete with decentralized blockchain-based opportunities. And that's what I'm probably most excited about.
When people realize this that we were talking about, I think it will go faster and faster.
Agreed.
And what I've seen here these couple of days, what I'm taking with me to Sweden or in my life is that the people here, for me, is like, I could say role models. You're high up here, and I love crypto, I love entrepreneurship, I love to meet people. And guys, the guys here, you are so humble.
It's good to have editing.
Yeah, exactly. You're so humble and still like you meet a lot of people every day when you do these events, and it's of course it takes much energy, but you're still humble to take your time to talk. And as high as you get in this pyramid, but if higher up and you meet successful people, they're even nicer than the people who is not successful. That's I would take it with me from this event, and
Sure.
the more I get to know people that have been doing many stuff in their life before and have a good success rate or lots of winnings in the backpack, it's I need also to stay humble, no matter how rich or poor I will get in the future, and also to stay humble and giving back and meet people. I think also that's what you're doing here.
Sure, I think for me it's similar to sports, right? And I think you as a professional athlete, you see a young kid, working on a drill, working on his footwork. Naturally, you want to go, hey, anything you can do to help to instill some additional value to that child's
My journey.
Yeah, exactly. He's heading up or she's heading up the ladder trying to get to wherever she's trying to get to on the soccer field, and you feel like, hey, I can help them. And it's just natural, I think, for those of us that have maybe gotten to that other side where, at the professional level, to want to go back and go, what kind of knowledge can I assist and instill into these young players? And I think as an entrepreneur,
it's going to be an exciting year, summer especially. Lots of things are happening in this space, and hopefully it will go even faster and faster with the help of AI.
I agree. I think we're in a time frame. I always use a statement that the better technology gets, the faster technology gets better. And I think that
it was a great conversation with Tony. Just this on quick also.
The fastest adopted software in history. Well, you missed out on those three. But today, you have a chance to get in on a project that's about to change the way the world communicates forever, building on two of the largest technology trends in the world right now: video conferencing and blockchain. Have you ever asked yourself why huge video conferencing companies let you use their service for free? I mean, think about it. If you're not paying for the product, you are the product. That free video platform you're using is really in the business of big data collection. They collect your personal data, your contacts, even data you share during your calls. Then they use this to manipulate you through targeted ads and other means. In 2020, Zoom suffered a security breach where hackers stole data from over 500,000 accounts. Data was then sold on the dark web, leading to identity theft, password hijacking, and perhaps most disturbing, people being spied on during their video calls. With intrusions happening so often, it earned a nickname, Zoom bombing. But what's the alternative? Introducing R-Link. R-Link is the world's first video conferencing platform that isn't owned and operated by a company, but by a community. This is video conferencing for the people, by the people. Instead of being run by a company, R-Link runs on a community-driven blockchain, built by people who care a lot about having unmatched security and privacy. A blockchain is a decentralized network of computers, each operated by a community member anywhere around the world. And because blockchains are designed so that nobody is at the top controlling it, decisions are made by community vote for the good of the people. This is why blockchain is now one of the fastest growing technologies on the planet. The World Economic Forum recently said blockchain could disrupt a staggering $867 trillion in traditional markets. And
yeah, you understand it. This is a big opportunity. And I will link all the videos I've shown you here down in the bio, so you can check them out yourself even more, get more details if you want to invest, get more information. And if you're interested in investing, just write back to your friend who sent you this video, or comment down in the comments your Instagram profile, and I can reach out. And if you're in Sweden, it's easy because I'm Swedish. I can talk Swedish with you if you live in Sweden, or if you live in another country, no problem as well. Just put me your Instagram name, and I can reach out if you want more information, or how you can invest in this project and buy nodes. I think this is it's a big opportunity that I want to talk with many people as possible, because I'm very picky and a little bit afraid to talk about many different projects. That's why I say just buy a Bitcoin or buy top 10 altcoins or top 10 cryptocurrencies if you want to have exposure to the crypto industry. But if you really want to change your life or your family's life forever, possibly, then you need to have more gains than 100% to 200%, I think, and our link can do that. I really think it will go viral. Otherwise, I wouldn't do this video, taking time to do this for you. I will show you one last with Grow United is another project. I will just show very quick here. Here we have Grow also. It's on CoinMarketCap. It's about the food industry, to put the food on blockchain. Here's the rally. It's our link, but rally blockchain. So this is the rally price. And here is the testing. It went up 1000% last week, but it's just testing, I think, the new systems about the liquidity, that all the money that they're selling with nodes and the revenue that people are using the product will go to buy up the token on the market, and the price will go up. Just a matter of when and how much, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I just need to say that. And here are also a big project. I also met Will here in Amsterdam as well. Also a great guy who's really had fire for the food industry. Can just play a quick short video.
And verified on the blockchain for quality. Grow United is working on green initiatives like planting trees, grasses, and cultivating wetlands to balance out the carbon emissions of food production. These carbon credits are stored on the blockchain and purchased by those seeking to achieve their net zero goals. Grow United is also investing heavily in vertical farming projects that increase food production while reducing their carbon footprint. So join our mission, and together, let's grow.
Or you have all this information at your fingertips. Well, then that led to Web 2, which was the platform economy.
Or injected in it. Traceability. Grow United is working on an instant notification system to alert you if something you purchased has a recall or health alert. Trust. The Grow United logo is peace of mind. When you see produce carrying our seal, you can purchase with confidence, knowing each item is rigorously inspected, tracked.
Yeah, this is what MAHA with RFK Jr. want to do in the States. And they're actually in talks with the Grow blockchain. Listen to this. This is great news.
You might have seen Trump just won the last election. He has nominated RFK Jr. to be the HHS director. which is essentially over health, chronic disease, and a lot of the food system in the United States. And we have been meeting with their team on how we can leverage the blockchain to prove that the initiatives that they have are actually making a difference. And so when you look at the Make America Healthy Again initiatives, they want to see more transparency in the food system. They want to see transparency in health records. They want to be able to see what's going into making our food, what vaccines, what GMOs are being used on the plants, how are the animals raised, and we have the mechanism to do that. And so RFK Jr. has been given essentially 2 years by Trump to put in place new initiatives, new incentives, and a new reward mechanism to help people get healthy again. We're in a position right now where our blockchain will be the mechanism by which they use with the trust and transparency and the
They're already in talks with the government, new government, US, MAHA, Make America Great Again, Healthy Again. And nobody knows about it. This, almost nobody.
data that goes on chain to prove that those initiatives are actually working and that they're not only making Americans healthy again, but they're making the world healthy again, and they're doing it in a way that nourishes the soil and the atmosphere. So to give you guys some depth into what that means, there was a recent study done after the US election on how many Q1 of 2025 as well. So Australia, we're right there at the finish line, and India and Europe, we're going to be there in Q1 of 2025. So how that all ties in to the initiatives that we're working on with the US government is when you look at global food supply, it's massive. This is one of the biggest issues in the grow market right now is how do you track and trace food that's going across borders? I was in Peru. I was actually asked and had the opportunity to fly to Peru and meet with the president of Congress of Peru and speak with the members of the Congress of Peru. I was supposed to speak for 15 minutes. I ended up speaking for about 4.5 hours and then a breakout room afterwards, because when they started to understand the vision that we had about how to decentralize this system, they could see the potential and they could see that the solutions that we have are the solutions that can solve the bigger problems that they face. Now, I want to talk to this community really closely about this, because that's amazing. I see some of the comments coming through. Wow, that's amazing. And it is. It was amazing. And it's really cool for me and very humbling to be in these positions, to have these conversations with this level of people and world leaders. I came home the other night and I was reminiscing with my wife on my life about 3 years ago. And like all of us, we all have hard times. We all have good times. But about 3 years ago, I was at a very low place in my life. That is the core foundation that allows everything else to start doing, and then run those nodes as a first action. Currently, Grow has just over 26,000 nodes running on a global scale. That is more than Ethereum. And we've done it with almost no one knowing who we are. And if we get that number to 40,000 or 35,000, we will be one of the largest decentralized networks in the world. And that is the power, that is the core foundation that allows everything else to happen. And so I just want to make sure that as we look at all of this really cool, really big future vision, all of us are in it every day. And it's about being right now, outside of a dinner, talking to this amazing community with another person and his wife that just bought 5 grow nodes and got them running today. That's what it's about. And as all of us are on the ground roots of that, just remember that that's what matters right now. When you talk about how do I move the needle in any business, or how do I move my life forward, it's always about understanding what is the next step and how do I just do that next. A really big vision to go do really cool things. And they don't want to do it in the normal way. They don't want to do it we don't want to go to VC groups. We don't want to raise money. We don't want to go to Wall Street. Feels like I'm missing something. Give me 1 second. But just today, I had 2 phone calls with companies that have a good amount of funding, a really big vision to go do really cool things, and they don't want to do it in the normal way. They don't want to do it we don't want to go to VC groups. We don't want to raise money. We don't want to go to Wall Street. We want the people to own this, and they don't know how. And so I go back to the soapbox I was just on the foundation that we are building, and the foundation that we have is the springboard on which for the next decade, every great innovation that comes in this space has the opportunity to come and give to this, because we are not an extraction economy. We're not about extracting from one thing to the next. We're about going in and giving and adding. And that is the beauty of the blockchain, and it changes everything. So that's what I got for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for giving me some of your night.
Yeah, I hope you could take in that information, and I know it's a lot of information, but watch this video again or watch my other videos down here. I will put the links to all the videos here so you can see the whole format, because if you really want to invest and invest a lot of money, you need to do the research, you need to get the information so you get a confidence about your investment. Like I have met the people, I've talked to them, I've been hundreds of meetings during these 3 years, and especially this year. And I think 2025 will be a great year for many crypto investors And I think if you're an investor in Grow or Arlink or in the other projects in Connect, I think you will thank yourself for all the time it took to put into this and believe in yourself, even if it's not that easy to invest when you don't have so much information or you don't have a product who is ready to go. But now they have products, they're getting used, and you can buy food with Grow tokens. And with Arlink, they have a product ready to go live to the masses in 2025. So 2025 will be a great year, and thank you for watching this video. Comment if you have any questions or any feedback for this video, and I will post more crypto videos and things about Connect June 2025 to follow up with this video. Thank you. Bye bye.